Do you find yourself painting still life or copying photos again and again and again? Well, that's okay to practice your skills, but art can be so much more. Art can be the gateway to the imagination. So how do you develop your imagination? You need to be able to look past what is physically in front of you, what you can see there, and to imagine, to think about what could be there, what should be there, or what might be there in the future. Well, firstly, relax. In a state of relaxation, you can play with your brain, and your brain will show you new images and original ideas. Perhaps you've woken up, looked out the window and looked at a tree, and half asleep you started to see faces in that tree. Well, this is because our brains are hardwired to see faces, particularly in foliage. And so we are actually looking for them anyway. You know it's not a real thought, but that thought stays with you. And actually learning how to paint what you half see when you're half awake and relaxed helps you understand about how your brain works. Sometimes the unexpected will stimulate your imagination. Sometimes you see something in a strange place or something that seems a bit odd or incongruous, and that gets it going. Here's a pumpkin. I found the pumpkin lying on a tree stump in the woods, and I thought, that's really weird, incongruous. I wanted to know the story. So I rushed home and I sketched it with a paintbrush, and this is the painting I did a bit later where I filled in the details. When I saw this sunny little girl holding the hand of an elderly man sheltering under a huge umbrella, it just looked so incongruous. I rushed home and sketched it out straight away. It was such a contrast. I had to paint it because I had to try and show the contrasting personalities. And similarly, the sight of this umbrella in the rain made me think of other protective covering. And this led on to my picture of the rainbow snail with the rainbow coloured shell. And so your imagination can be stimulated by a perfectly everyday sight if you allow it to carry on a train of thought from one to another to another and to another, and let it free flow like that. Well, and what has art and imagination done for me? Well, first of all, it's helped me to understand a bit more about how human brains operate. And secondly, it started to stimulate a new story, which hopefully will lead to more stories in the future, a new way of looking at things. And then thirdly, it's helped me to empathise with other people and with animals, to imagine myself in their shoes, all of which must be a good thing. So what would imagination do for you? For the Armchair Painting Group, painted by Sand.